So letter I, the pre-chorus now, pre-chorus 2. Here is the same E, D, C sharp, D, E, D, C sharp that we played at the very beginning of the last video. It was back at the pre-chorus at the top of the page. Okay, but we're down an octave now, so we just did the E, D, C sharp. Let's do the same thing we've been talking about. Let's count it. Ready? Count. E for 2, D for 2, C sharp for 2, D for 2, E for 2, D, D, C sharp, A, B, F sharp, B, A, G, G, D, G, G, A, B, A, E, A, B, D. And there's some cool licks if you learn here. Later on in the song, he starts working with these licks and either playing them again or extending them and making other cooler sounds out of them. But you really need to know this. So we just did E for 2, D for 2, C sharp for 2, D for 2, E for 2, D, D, C sharp, A, B, F sharp, B, A, G, G, D, G, G, A, B, A, E, A, B, D. If you can't do it as fast as I just did, no worries. Go twice as slow. This part you don't need to practice. So right here, E for 2, D, D, C sharp, A, B, F sharp, B, A, G, G, D, G. Notice how I slow down. G, A, B, A, high A, E, A, B, D, D. This, of course, is a half note worth half the measure. So that must mean this is worth half the measure. So whenever I see this, I think it's worth 2. And right after you say 2, there is going to be a separate eighth note after it. So half notes are 1, 2, 3. A dotted dotted quarter note eighth note figure, which is what I've got blue there, is 1, 2, and. In this case, it's on beat 3. So it's 3, 4, and. If I had them back to back to back, so for instance, if we repeated this part over and over, okay, it would be, if we started on beat 1, 1, 2, then 3, 4, then 1, then 3, then 1, then 3, and there's a lot of great bass lines that do this. Boom, 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 boom. If we did it over and over, boom, 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 boom. This is a staple of rock. Usually it's faster, but okay. So that is what a dotted quarter note, eighth note sounds like. It's 1, 2, then 1, 2, then 1, then 1, then 1, then 1, or if you're in 4/4 time, 1, then 3, then 1, then 3, then 1, then 3, then 1, then 3. These are things you could be practicing in the car while somebody else is driving. Can you feel groove? 1, then 3, then 1, then 3, okay? And other rhythms, okay? This rhythm is very fun in pop music, and of course, you can look, it's all over the place here, okay? Here's a derivative of it right here. 1, then a 1, okay? Then, so I'm going to go back, let's see, we've done that section. There was P, C. I'm going to go ahead and start right here at the E. And so you got E, D, D, C sharp, A, and I'm going to play my B chord here. It's B, F sharp, B, A, G, and I'm going to shift to that G, G, D, G, G, A, B, A. I'm going to shift for that A, B, A to be right there. So it's like a little pull off, hammer on, okay? And then A, and then the high A, and here's that same A, B, D. So this little lick on beat 4 is basically the same little lick that's right here on beat 4 of this measure. And we had something similar up here on the and of 4. So these little germs, these little thematic ideas are going to be coming back. These little hooks, okay, are going to be coming back. So I'm going to start again at that E. 2, 3. I'm going to start at this E right here in this measure. I'll put my mouse under it. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, D, D, C sharp, A, B, up to a G, G down to G, G, A, B, A, E, A, B, D. Okay, I played a couple open A's in there because I was just tired of holding my hands down, kind of bored. And then I did the octave. I did an open A here for the fun of it, and then I did the turnaround lick, which I could have done here also, but I didn't like that open sound. And then we're stopping at letter J right there. Okay, other options for this. We got, so E, D, same spot. Gonna go to this C sharp here, and then hit an open A, and then here's my B chord right here. And if I wanted that slide down that G, G, A, B, A, and a D. Okay? So do I want to play my B chord here? Or do I want to play my B chord up here in 7th position? So 2nd position B chord or 7th position. Forgive me, I'm not sitting correct. I meant to mention that in the last video. Make sure when you're playing your instrument, I've said this in my lessons, if you take lessons with me, it doesn't matter if you're playing the piano, tuba, trumpet, whatever instrument I'm teaching, bass, make sure your instrument is sitting correctly, because if you practice the piano and you know where middle C is at each time, you're going to be an awesome player, because then you never have to look to find a C chord, let's say, that's right there. On your bass, if you practice every day with your bass in correct position, I like the angle up. I like it more like a jazz player where it's not really low. I don't really like it as high as some of the jazz players play electric bass, but whatever. I like the angle to it like a cello player. So it's very easy for my hand to come down here instead of reaching out really far, okay? I've got a nice comfortable strap so I can practice for hours. And basically I learn my positions 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th. And so here's my B chord, which is the same as 2nd fret. So if I just played that lick, it should be able to jump to 7 without looking. But I practice this an awful lot. How do I practice? I will do that trick we just did, 1, 3, 5, 7, and listening to the whole steps, B flat, C, D, E, or on your low string, F, G, A rather, and B. Can you hear this wrong? F, G, A, B. Now usually what I do, I'll be truthful, I'm missing here. Usually I look a couple times and I'm really looking at the dots and I'm really looking where I'm going. So I'm looking at 1st fret. And so here's my warm up that I've not done yet. So you get to see if I can do this, then I know where those notes are. Then I'm paying attention to where my arm is right now against my body. So just like I don't even have to touch my glasses because I know that they're there. Do you know where 7th fret is just out of nowhere that you can just reach up here and play the, whoops, that's a C, it's 8th fret. And then can you hear it? So when you're practicing, can you understand what it sounds like? I've got a low B string so I can compare the two. I've also got extreme relative pitch so I remember what this B sounds like. And then back to this B. So little ideas for you. You can take a C chord, then jump up to 8th fret. Okay. But look a few times. Then back to the C, up to the C, back to this B. So practicing a little bit and then reset before you play. Can you see the lick? Can you say to yourself, I'm going to 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So little practice things that I do, kind of a sidebar from this tune, but it's getting you ready. There are some licks that are coming up that are actually, it's a B chord that comes up. That comes down this E. It's really cool. It's kind of a derivative of this B lick that's up here that we're talking about at measure 42. So here again is the pre-chorus played like it's a session. 1, 2, pre-chorus is E for 2, D for 2, C sharp for 2, D for 2, E for 2, D for 2, C sharp, and B chord up and down, 2 and G and up, A, then A, and a chorus. Okay, I decided on that one instead of playing the the B chord, I hit an open A and use the open A to jump all the way up to 7th fret. And then second, I was like, oh, where am I going to go? And I'm like, this G, and then maybe I could have done an open G, but G, G, open D, and then I can shift all the way down to this low G. G and G, okay? Or G and G. Play with your thumb if you want to. Okay. And then G, A, B. I could technically G, A, B, G, open A, B, or G, A, B. However you want to do that. So I was just talking about this G, A, and B right here. Many different ways. Another great way to learn a song is to transpose it into other keys, but instead of there's so many cool licks in here, let's just stay in this key. But really, once you learn one lick, you want to actually try it in different places on the neck first. So the same notes. Again, do I play the B chord here? Do I play the B chord up here? Okay. Do I play the B chord up here? Just try different things out first. Manipulate. Let's see, I could do that same B chord that I just did. B, F sharp B, instead of this B, F sharp B. Okay. B, F sharp, back to this B. I don't know why you would, but okay. Maybe the next note needs to come down here. So it's all about approaches and practicing different things on the same song the first times you do it so that you make your mind aware of what may be possible later. Okay, the notation is great because this is a structure and it's all there and it tells you where to go and you have to decipher how to get there. Lots of times in my charts, I'll write in fingerings and positions. So wherever this finger is, first position, third position, fifth position, stuff like that. And then I'll put a fingering down. So it's kind of like a tab. So the next time I pick up the song in 6 months or 6 years, I've actually got structure in there so I know how I played it last time. Though sometimes it's kind of fun. As I grow, I'll come back to a song I played 6 months ago or 6 years ago, and I'll go, why did I do that? Because I've got a better way that I've learned and adjusted to. Okay? So, notation. I'm going to go back to letter H, and we'll play this thing H through J, and you can play along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, G, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and a 1, 2. Okay. I think I missed one rhythm in there. Not worried about it. If I was playing in a studio, I would be much more aggressive because I like that. I love those strings and how it sounds when you really dig in. But for the recording here, I'm coming out of some speakers right into a phone actually to record the video today for simplicity. And the phone distorts and it compresses before it gets there. So I'm just trying to play really light with my touch. But if I was in a recording studio, I would like beat down on these because it just sounds good. Okay, I'll tell all my students to play at about 80 or 90% of your volume because you're creating tone when you do that. And don't play that minuscule soft stuff because when the engineer raises the volume up, it just doesn't have that punch. So it would be like me talking like this and then raising the volume up and it's kind of boring sounding. But you can tell the difference if I got really loud, okay? And that strength and that distortion in my voice. You're playing the same thing when you're digging into those strings. You can hear it acoustically versus, okay? And that just comes across as texture and timbre that you will tone, okay? So enjoy this sight reading. Highest note, lowest note, what's the range, where's the pattern on the bass? Can you count all the rhythms? And can you feel what they are before you even touch a bass, okay? Or your tuba, or whatever. Can you make a plan? So music it's written out, it's the plan, and then your job is to figure out how to make your practice studies better so that you can find the next plan faster. Or as this song develops, we're going to find out these little licks that are crucial right now if you understand these and how to jump and shift to different places and where the notes are on your fretboard. Know your fretboard. Did I say know your fretboard? Know your fretboard. Where's a G? Where's an A? On what string? Okay? Quiz yourself. G on the G string, 0th fret, 12th fret. E on the G string is at 9th fret. E on the D strings at 2nd fret and it's at 14th fret. Do you know? I'm not looking at the bass. I just know these things from my head. Okay, and then good luck on like an E flat. Good luck with that. Okay, I've had students been playing for 5 years and play me a D on your D string and they're like, or play me a D on the bass and they're like, play me another D and they're like, I'm like, dude, you've been playing for, after 2 years, come on, at least 12th fret D. Okay, and then the harmonics that are on the D string. Okay, know where all your D's are. So, know your fretboard. Know where these notes are on your fretboard. Learn how to read the notation totally separate from your bass. Know where the notes are on your bass, your tuba, your French horn, your whatever. Put them together, boom, you're a player. Okay? If you can't read rhythms on this instrument, you're not going to be able to read rhythms on the other instrument. You're not going to sound fun and funky when you don't have ideas to play with a drummer on the top, off the top of your head, or at a studio session, or in your church, or at a jazz gig, or with your rock band. What was that lick? What was that pattern? You can even cheat and write a little cheat sheet down, like, I'm supposed to play this idea. Okay, G-A-D, G-A-D. Great. G-A-D, G-A-D. G-A-D, G-A-D, G-A-D. Okay, G-A-D, G-A-D, G-A-D. Got it that time. Okay. So no warming up. But finding that spot on your bass also, or your instrument, are you comfortable? So you just know, now you know where that E is. Can you just play all your E's? Do you know where they are? Can you play your E flats? This is a study that takes time. If you don't do this every day, you're not going to get good. If you don't do this once a week, you're not going to get good at any of this stuff. So get good.